Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
My friends, the president of the Czech Republic has said it. Ron Paul has said it. Lord Christopher Monckton has broken it down on record. If you study the Club of Rome, the UN, Al Gore, all of these groups, they openly admit they want a global, authoritarian, environmentally backed and based tyranny. And now, because the world is waking up to their fraud, they are all over the news every day saying, we don't care what you want. We don't care what you stand for. We don't care what you do. We don't care how much fraud we get caught in. We now want an authoritarian system to enforce carbon rationing, literally taxing you for breathing. You exhale carbon. And we are going to force this on you one way or another. And they're openly coming out and saying they want to restrict our criticism of them. This is bona fide, out in the open, oppression. Bona fide tyranny. And Paul Watson has got a report that is set to be published very, very soon at prisonplanet.com today that I worked on with him this morning. And as soon as it goes up in the third hour, I'm going to read over it. But what they're doing is really pretty simple. They're creating artificial scarcity. You know, diamonds are semi-precious, but because they're geographically isolated, a cartel has been formed, known as De Beers, where they're able to keep the price incredibly high. Well, if they start taxing and regulating, and government has the power to decide who's allowed to have a factory, who's allowed to have a business, and they put huge cost on carbon, that is more than artificial scarcity. It puts a tax on the life cycle of this planet. And it's over every facet of our lives. It controls every area. And it is designed, in the words of Maurice Strong at the UN, and Ted Turner and Prince Philip, and the head of NASA Climate, to, quote, end industrialized society. But they mean end industrialized society for the general public. You will have reservations of government/mega corporate technological systems that will be under global, national, international security that will be kept from the general public. So you literally have the elite splitting off, curtailing technological development and industrial development for the rest of us, while hoarding it to themselves and accelerating those technologies so that they can even expand their technological dominance over us. So this is the information. And I saw a London Guardian report last night where they came out and said a powerful consortium of elites now want weather modification to save the Earth from global warming. That itself is a cover for weather weapons, and that's admitted. And it's a cover for all the geoengineering that's already going on. In fact, I forgot to print that geoengineering report last night. I actually did print it, and then it was gone off my desk this morning when I came in. Here it is. Now, that's another report. Women are more likely to accept climate science than men. I'll try to dig that out of my stack coming up. But basically, the headline dealt with powerful consortium, moving for global climate control. So these people want to play God and run every facet of our lives. And they want to wall us off from technological development while they basically ascend with these systems. And at the end of the day, they want massive forced population reduction, so we won't even have a stake in the future. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, on On the other side, we should have Lord Monckton to break all of these latest developments down with us. Stay with us. Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They show pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen, into the second hour now. It is Thursday, the 16th day of September, 2010. Lord Christopher Monckton, the third Viscount of Monckton and Brenchley, worked as press officer for the Conservative Central Office. Was also one of the chief advisors to Margaret Thatcher. Has written and been managing editor for the Sunday Telegraph magazine. The list just goes on and on. He's also an inventor. And he has really been the chief main focal point. If you had to say there was a general out there fighting the eugenicist, fighting the control freaks that want to set up a carbon tyranny, it's Lord Christopher Monckton. And so much has happened in the last few months. They've admitted ClimateGate was real now. They've admitted the IPCC report was a complete fraud. Their own authors have come out and said that. They've admitted that the Earth is actually cooling. That they, I mean, word for word, everything Monckton has documented at his website, all the research papers he's written, he's been vindicated completely in spades. I mean, he couldn't be more vindicated. But meanwhile, they're not backing off. They're saying, we're going to change the nomenclature. We're going to launch massive geoengineering to save you from global warming. They're saying that they do want to arrest people that are climate deniers. They are running TV ads with children saying, I'm putting you on notice, you're my parents, we're taking the gloves off. Al Gore's giving more speeches to children, saying, tell your parents what to do. The public schools everywhere in this country, and I know in England, are still brainwashing the children, saying we're all dead. It doesn't matter if islands all over the Pacific are actually getting bigger and many sea level readings are going down. They don't care. They don't care. They're going forward with all of this. And now I have the headline, Obama's science advisor says, don't call it global warming, call it our deteriorating climate, our deteriorating atmosphere. And we need to stabilize the climate, meaning if there's ever any type of cold temperatures, hot temperatures, that's abnormal. The Earth should be basically 76 degrees year-round. And they're also moving into saying that all the animals are becoming extinct. So that'll be their new way to steal people's property. So we've basically routed them intellectually, but they're dug in, and they're not stopping. And I turn the radio on, all I hear is, buy our car, it's green. Buy this house, it's green. Germany's passing laws that by 2020, all single-dwelling homes will be illegal. You've got to live in dormitories with others. I mean, they're not stopping. And so Lord Christopher Monckton is our guest. Lord Monckton, good to have you on.
Well, Alex, it's great to be with you once again, and what a formidable list you've just given of the antics of the global warming extremists worldwide. They are yet again trying to cause trouble by maintaining or flogging this dead horse, trying to maintain the scare, which now everybody knows is no longer real. There's been no significant global warming for the last decade. Now, even the University of East Anglia, where I'm going to visit in a couple of months' time, is admitting that. They've now said, yeah, we actually haven't had the warming we expected to see. Well, no, they haven't, because CO2 is only a bit part player in the climate. I've just come back from a very interesting conference at Erice in Sicily of the World Federation of Scientists. These are 250 of the world's top scientists looking into planetary emergencies. They have an annual session once a year on a mountaintop overlooking the ocean. And there I was with these scientists, and I gave them a presentation showing my own calculations, which indicated that we don't have a problem with the climate. Yes, we can generally expect it maybe to get a little warmer, but not enough to worry about. And what was interesting was that 3 other scientists there gave similar presentations coming from completely different directions, and all concluding that if we double the CO2 in the atmosphere, maybe we'll see 1 Celsius degree or 2 Fahrenheit degrees of warming this century. That is all. Is that to worry about? No, of course it isn't. And you mentioned geoengineering. Well, what is the point of doing geoengineering unless you know which direction to geoengineer in? You have to get the science right before you start messing about with the planet in that way. And you may remember that 30 years ago, when everybody was talking about global cooling, and we were told by the usual suspects, the same usual suspects that are now telling us about global warming, that global cooling was the big problem. They were proposing to put carbon dust, soot, all over Siberia and all over the Arctic and Greenland so as to darken the ground and allow more sunlight to come in, melt a bit more ice, and keep us a bit warmer. And thank goodness they didn't do that, because now they're saying, well, what we need to do is the opposite. Geoengineering, we need to have great silver umbrellas up in space. We need to be seeding the atmosphere with particles that will reflect the light, such as sulfur dioxide, which until recently they've been taking out of the atmosphere. And so round and around it goes, with scientific institutions and universities and politicians getting enormous grants from taxpayers, whether the taxpayers like it or not, to fund ever more absurd projects, and all as the science behind the scare terminally collapses.
Well, Lord Monckton, that was my next point, is Bill Gates has patented literally dozens of these. He's seeking funds for anti-hurricane machines, for global aluminum dioxide, barium spraying campaigns. They admit they've been testing this for decades, and one fellow back in the early 90s won a Nobel Prize for it. But as you said, they have no idea, because of the complex weather interactions, of whether it's going to heat up or cool off. As you know, the UN last year at Copenhagen had a declaration that the sun doesn't affect climate because, they have to deny that so they can then play God here. But, I mean, isn't this also just a giant boondoggle where they demand billions of dollars to save us by controlling our climate when they admit they might be able to manipulate it